Hello, hello. This is Mike with Play More Games, and as promised, today we are starting our GMT unboxing, Unboxapalooza. Rather than doing it all as one video and adding like annotations or something, I'm just going to do 4 separate videos. Today we have Pacific War, Barbarossa AGC, Nam 65, and Into the Woods. I had Salerno in my cart ready to go, but I felt the need to act modestly, and if there was one that I could cut loose, it was going to be that and the mounted map boards. I'll probably pick it up at some point in the future. Let's just dive right in. This is a huge game. You've probably already seen a ton of pictures of it. Hopefully you have a good idea of what's coming in here. I haven't opened it yet. This is the I guess operational Pacific War design from Pearl Harbor to the very bitter end. It is a huge game. I know in here we have 2 mounted map boards for the strategic scenario, and we have a single mounted map sheet that we can play the, I think they're called engagement and battle scenarios. If you're going to be at GMT East and you would like to play this game with me, please let me know. I will be there. I'm very interested in playing this or Nam, but this one definitely I want to play. Okay, so I'm going to take her out of the shrink and we'll start going through what's in it. And I'll try not to eat up too much of your time. Alright, I have it out of shrink. Let's take a look at the back here. We have a beautiful image of the game. We have the units, which are individual ships. We see the Enterprise, the Missouri, Yamato, Kaga, Zuikaku. We have a ton of planes. So it's rated 2 for solitaire, which to me I consider to be a challenge. As in, I can play pretty much any game solitaire, regardless of whether there's hidden information or not. But optimally, this is a 2-player game, which again, if you're going to be at GMT East at the end of the month, beginning of April, please let me know. Alright. So, let's see. Credits, of course, Mark Herman. Development, Robert Breyer, Gary Gonzalez, and Marcus Stumpner. Map art, Olivier Revenu. Graphic artist, Charlie Kibler, Mark Simonich, and Justin Martinez. Mark, I do feel sorry about just explaining why I had to put your game back. But I do have the U.S. Civil War coming to me pretty soon. And production coordinator, Tony Curtis. Alright, so now that we've gone through the credits, let's flip this back over and we'll start pulling out the stuff that comes in it. Okay, so here we have a core rules manual. I think there's 3 core rules manual, engagement scenarios, and battle scenarios manual. And I think you can start with the battle scenarios manual and then work your way up to the engagement scenarios and the core rules. I think that's how it was explained to me. So you don't have to necessarily panic when you see someone pulling out 3 manuals, because I know a lot of the concepts are for the strategic conflict, which if you never play a strategic scenario because you don't have room, don't have time, don't have patience, you don't necessarily need to refer to, you can, slice yourself off a nice battle or maybe a campaign. We have a scenario booklet and a list of all of our scenarios. So we have engagements. So Pearl, Savo, Wake Island, Burma. Force Z raid on Darwin. We have battle scenarios. Relief of Wake Island, Midway. The naval battle of Guadalcanal. Guadalcanal is where my great uncle was. Kiska, Operation Land Crab. Land Crab, I don't remember. Maybe that's like the Overland campaign in the Solomons. I don't know. That's just a guess. So then you have campaign scenarios. Malaya, Philippines, Southern Conquest, Guadalcanal, Solomons, breaking the Bismarck Barrier, Central Pacific, Western Pacific, China, Burma. I mean, God. So you have the Pacific War, which I'm going to assume is probably your 41 start, and then this is probably like a 42 start, kind of like a turn 1, turn 2 thing from EOTS. Really, what more could you, I mean, do we have more? No. Do you need more? No. That's a lot. You're probably not going to play all of them. So Battle of the Coral Sea, extended example of play. Beautiful. Thank you. Colored examples. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so here we have our first hard-mounted map, and it's it has like a semi-gloss on it, which is interesting. Okay, so I'm not going to set the whole thing up here because I just have a simple card table, and I went through all the trouble of getting this set up here. Now the projection on the map is a little bit different, but it definitely works, especially since you're going to be spending a lot of your time staring at, New Guinea and Solomons, Philippines, things like that. All right. So very reminiscent of the artwork of Empire of the Sun, at least to me. Ports, airfields, coastal hexes, I would imagine. Maybe I'm not using the right terms for this game. Here's Darwin. Dutch East Indies. Let's take a look at the next map. Alright, so not much going down there. So let's see if I can get the okay. So this is really unprofessional. I'm sorry. I'm an amateur. All right. Here we have the home islands. They're upside down. We have Alaska over there, which would mean Arukiska is here. Dutch Harbor. I can do that upside down. That's pretty cool to me. All right. Ooh, this I love. Blue dice, and then like I thought it was red, I guess it's orange. But I like dice that kind of match the colors of the game units. I think that's really cool. Alright, now, if you like counters, well, good news, we have lots of counters. So, my personal rule, and I'm a bit of a barbarian about clipping counters, is I only clip counters for games that I am going to play a lot of, really enjoy. There's 10 counter sheets here. So we have some more American planes. Here we have some Japanese planes. And I guess if it's like Empire of the Sun, we have Army planes and Navy planes. Navy planes, Army planes. Yeah. So you couldn't catch me clipping 10 counter sheets of a game I've never played. So I have not enough time to play games as is. British land-based air, carrier-based air. I have not enough time to play games as it is, so I'm not going to invest my time doing that unless I really like it. So here we have some American infantry units, British Marines, Commonwealth units, Chinese units, Dutch units. Actually, these might be Chinese communist. Perhaps. These are Dutch. Japanese divisions. Come on, where's the boats? Where's the boats? I want to see the boats. Japanese naval units, Marines. Their equivalent. Oh, okay, here we go. Boats, boats, boats. Alright. So let's take a look. Some of the cruisers. Carriers, okay. Yorktown. Wasp. Intrepid. Hornet. Gang's all here. The battleships. Where's the Iowa? It's one of my favorite units. Where is it? Idaho. I don't see it. Am I confused? Am I confusing it with the Idaho? I thought it was Iowa. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, so very cool. We have amphibious units, Japanese boats. Let's see. Yamashiro, Ise, Hyuga, Kirishima, Haruna, Yamato, Musashi, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu, Kongo, Hiei, Mutsu, Hosho, Sumimasen. Yes. Alright, control markers, torpedo markers. It's probably some sort of activation marker. Base markers, game tracker markers. That's 10 counter sheets. And you would think, are they out of stuff to give us? No, they are not. There's more. Replacement record sheet. This is the operational map, or the single game scenario map, which I think you'll probably end up spending most of your time on. We have force displays, task force, so I guess in naval, including screens and cores, and then I guess these are probably infantry forces. You have a similar one for Japan. Actually, you have 2, 3, 4 for each. So I know I said I had just the one table, but it maybe that won't be enough. You have an operational display with ranges, time tracker. I know a lot of this is like you build operations depending on how many points you have. It determines how big your operation can be, how long it can last, how far it can go, which is probably why it's rated so low as a solitaire game, but I have a habit of forgetting things as soon as I say them, so that probably shouldn't be a huge problem. Alright, yeah, and this is a 4-fold display sheet. So this is, I guess, I mean, if you're looking for the definitive treatment on the Pacific War, I mean, I haven't played it, but this certainly looks like it should be it, from what I've read about, you know, what people have talked about this game. Obviously, GMT is transparent with like their pre-order numbers, so like when a game, especially a game this size, you know, does numbers like this one did, I think in the first day, like I think it had over 1,000 pre-orders, which is nuts, because there are games that, you know, struggle to get over the hump to 500. Which, that being said, if you haven't already, please go pre-order the Red Winter 2nd Edition. Red Winter is one of my favorite games, and I am looking forward to the new scenarios, the new battle. Yeah, I think this one ended up with like 2,000, over 2,000 pre-orders or something like that. I don't want to say that it's like the most pre-ordered of all time, because I don't know, but it's certainly one of the larger ones I've ever seen. Anyway, I hope you got yours. If not, I hope it comes soon. If you were on the fence, I hope you saw this and it helped you make a decision one way or another. In my production queue, this is going directly to the front, because I'm very, very curious about learning this game. And like I said, this is my third. Now it's starting to sound a little sad. If you are going to be at GMT East and you would like to play this game, please send me a message, leave me a comment. We'll work it out. Anyway, this has been Mike. Thank you for sticking with me during my hiatus. Glad to be back. Check out one of my next 3 unboxings. We have AGC, Into the Woods in Vietnam. Alright, thank you very much. Arigato gozaimasu. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.